Hi, I wanted to film here because my dog... Oh, never mind. I wanted to be hanging out with my dog. Apparently that's not gonna happen. So, here I am at a more human angle. Hello, hi. Also my dryer is going in the background. So there's a lot happening right now, but we're gonna power through. I just wanted to check in after posting my last video. It is Tuesday? Yeah, so it's been about a week since I posted my video. Kind of having a maybe sort of kind of breakdown, not really sure what to call that video, but yeah, it's been about a week and I am having pretty minor to moderate vulnerability hangover over that. If you don't know what that means, that is something that I have heard from Brene Brown in her Netflix special, where she talks about like after you are vulnerable with someone or you open up, you often have that sort of like hangover feeling later when you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? And you're feeling kind of embarrassed and like you put yourself out there. Like, I'm going through the motions. I actually might post to my Instagram with just like a little bit more of a well thought out written situation on how I'm feeling there. So check my Instagram, Colleen is writing, if you are not already following me there. But anyway, I have kind of decided that I want to really focus on just like how to get better, because I don't want to be sitting in all those feelings that I was sharing in the last video. I want to try and find ways to like love life again and like feel good about myself and have fun. I spent the last weekend, last few days, going through all my clothes. Purging a bunch of clothes has been high on my list because I may do a video about this at some point, but I gained weight and I'm okay with it. I'm just like trying to get used to my body because I grew up really underweight. So my view of like how I should look is super skewed, and I've been holding on to all these clothes, not from when I was underweight, but like from when I started gaining weight. I didn't mention this in my video with my breakdown, but another reason that I'm feeling really just like bad, that life is beating me up, is I've been in physical therapy since July. So I've been in physical therapy for my knees for a long time. I am regressing right now and it sucks, and like I just feel bad about that situation, but like having pain makes it so that I can't really have the active lifestyle that I hope to achieve someday. So anyway, I kept thinking that like going through physical therapy, getting my mobility back might mean that my weight would change again, which, you know, pretty reasonable assumption, but that's not really happening anytime soon. My knees still hurt. I was holding on to all this clothing that just like doesn't fit me right now, or just like I don't feel confident in. So that's dumb. I was going through all this clothing and I was trying stuff on and just like feeling really bad about my body. And so I let myself be there for a couple hours, and then I was like, you know what, like I want to go shopping today. So I asked my boyfriend and we went out on Saturday after I sorted through all this clothing, and I bought a bunch of stuff that actually fits my current body. And you know what, like if my weight changes again, I can buy new clothes, and if it doesn't, I should continue to like make my current self feel good. There is no guarantee onto what I will look like or how I will feel in the future. So like, let it go. Who cares what my body freaking looks like? So it was time. So that really made me feel better, and I took some footage from that shopping experience. So I'm gonna roll that. So now that all of those clothes are pretty much all out of my living room, I just have my storage box over here to go back to my storage space. My focus is now a little bit more towards my day-to-day self-care. So that means like moving, doing my PT exercises for my knees, cooking, preferably with vegetables. I also like to do things like skincare, flossing, putting together outfits, just general things that when I am not feeling so great, I just don't really do or care about. I just like haven't really been showing up for myself on a day-to-day basis, so that is the next thing I think I need to bring back into my life. Hanging out with my dog. We have some pretty important things to say about having some fun. Something that always kind of brings me back to myself a little bit more is finding something to create or learn about, or just doing things for fun, like without any real purpose to it. For me, that's finding a good book that I want to read. I often will also crochet or knit or cross stitch while I'm watching TV. I'm an old lady, but it's just fun to have something to do with my hands while I am watching TV or listening to a podcast or something like that. And it's really cool to like make a sweater for myself or make a cool art piece for my apartment. So huge fan of stress crafting. I've also been trying to learn how to do yoga. I have tried it a few times in my life, but I have been doing a few more video series just trying to figure out how the heck it works. Especially with my knees, it's just nice to have some lower impact exercise that still gets me moving and helps strengthen my muscles, but I'm not like jumping up and down or otherwise messing up my knees. I've also been trying to learn how to play the piano lately. So my boyfriend got me a digital piano for my birthday last month. At this point it's March, so yeah, about when I was having my breakdown, because he and I have always wanted to learn how to do it. So we're trying it, and I've actually already been seeing some progress, which is really cool. It's just nice to have some creative projects or hobbies, just things that I'm working towards that don't really like matter in the sense of like it's not part of my job, it's not something I'm trying to like make money off of or like hustle. It's just like a fun thing to just do because I want to. Last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is just like getting out of my head. I am an overthinker. I am definitely an anxious personality, and I get really trapped up there. I start like imagining all these horrible things and conversations that could happen, etc. And it makes it so that I can't really sleep or concentrate on anything. It's just awful. So getting out of my head is a big one. There are a few things that I like to do to kind of just like get myself out of living up there for a bit and just trying to be a human in regular society again. Sometimes for me, this is finding a creative project that like does matter in some sense. So unlike previous things I've talked about in this video, things like making this video, this really helped me because I had a task. I was listing out clips I needed, I was planning out things I wanted to talk about. So having that to work towards was really cool because this is like a project that I'm putting on the internet, and it's like, you know, a little bit more than just a hobby for me. I also have a podcast with my boyfriend. It's called Why Do You Like That? We were getting really behind. We usually post about every other Monday, and we didn't post for like a month just because, you know, life really sucked. Probably for both of us, actually. So we sat and recorded an episode, we posted the episode, and it was just really fun to kind of get back into that and get that momentum again too. Aside from projects, I will often just change up my environment, so I will go hang out at a cafe and just like write some blog posts or do some other projects and just like have a new environment to enjoy that in. I also will do something like donate money. I feel like that's a great reminder that there are a lot of other people out in the world and I can help. So it's just nice to feel like I can help people or just step outside of my own life and existence for a second and just remember that there's a lot out there in the world. Similar to hanging out with my dog, I think like going outside, walking my dog, getting some fresh air, that always helps. And now I'm super lucky. My commute to my job is a 20-ish minute walk. It's not the most nature-y kind of walk, but it is a walk. I get myself moving, I get some fresh air. It's a nice couple times in my day that I get to just take a full break from everything. I get to put on a podcast or an audiobook or something and just walk, and that's all I'm supposed to do in that moment. Those are my main things I do to get out of my head. I know everyone's different, and so you all probably have a lot more suggestions. I would love to hear them down in the comments. But yeah, that's it. So here I am, a bit later than that last video I posted, and you know, I'm not like healed or better. There's not really a permanent state of better anyway, but I am working through it, and I just think it's important to remember that when you're feeling not okay, that's okay, which was, you know, the last video. But there are things you can do when you're not feeling okay to just kind of get those moments of having your life back for a quick second. I still have a lot of moments right now where I'm just not really feeling good. Like last night I went to sleep super early just because I was just not feeling great. I was stressed, I was tired, and I just wanted to sleep. And that's okay, that's gonna keep happening. But on the whole, I'm just trying to build momentum in my life back in the direction of like good things. So that is it for this video. Again, if you have any tips for how to be okay again, I would love to hear them down in the comments. If you're looking for me, you can find me at any of the social media handles that you'll see down in the description box. I spend most of my time on Instagram at Colleen is Writing. And please like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Bye.